searching for hope in a foundation of hopelessness. Life changed, quite honestly, overnight. We went from communities thriving and growing to disaster. Businesses closing by the multitude, wondering what life would look like after. Imagine. Being a small business unable to provide job security. Imagine. Being an artist wondering when your next commission will be. What a tragedy. Leaving families wondering how their kids will eat. A future rooted in despair, left with the news that you are not essential, somehow equating that to unimportance. Because during this time of turmoil, if your doors were open, that meant the world needed you. But if they weren't, your only job was to sit and watch your business crumble on a computer screen, to hear, as an artist, you weren't significant when the world is in crisis, as you watch your bank account dissolve like an open drain. How do we rebuild from here?
Before the pandemic, in the beginning of 2020, we were doing great. We were getting ready for, Mother's Day and weddings. We actually were one of the flower shops that we were going to do the Republican convention, and then everything all of a sudden shut down. It was very scary as a business owner because we didn't know what to do. And also I had my team. Am I going to have a job for them?
We knew we had to do something because the impact on our economy was drastic. Well, we went in March from being a little bit shy of 4% unemployment to in April going to 13% and then 14% in May. And 60% of those folks were in the hospitality and leisure industry. We set aside about $30 million to deploy. The issue was how to get the funds into the community. So we looked at the history of the Foundation for the Carolinas and the grant-making machine that it is. And we thought that that would be a perfect combination to get the dollars out as quickly as possible. The Access to Capital Grants program basically allowed for allocations from $10,000 to $25,000 to about 2,500 small businesses, and 70% of those small businesses were minority businesses. So as we were deploying these funds, what we realized is that artists were also in need of assistance.
So when COVID hit the arts community in Charlotte, I think that it hit different sectors of independent artists and art collectives and groups differently. Performance-based groups or museums or everything from theater to musicians, their whole world had changed.
We were looking at a very robust and successful season with our productions. Our attendance was on track to be one of the best years we'd ever had. We had to stop all activities and send all employees home immediately. The financial impact was immediate and grave. Until we figured out how to continue our program activities virtually, there was no way for us to earn that revenue.
Arts and culture are very, very important to this region. Some other cities across the country, that's the first place that they would go when there's budget crisis, is to cut arts and culture. Here in Charlotte, in this community, we did the exact opposite.
Art is this creative process. It has this ability to evoke, some kind of reaction. It has this ability to communicate. Sometimes it validates us, sometimes it annoys us, sometimes it frightens us.
The support that we get from the Infusion Fund is going to allow us to bring all these talented people back to work. And that's not just backstage, on stage, classrooms, and administrative areas, marketing, development, and even finance. The infusion fund is almost like the vaccine that we've been waiting for, so that all of us in the arts community can survive together.
It was a confirmation that if we together as a community help each other out, we can do great things. And the Small Business Recovery Grant me ha ayudado muchísimo para seguir adelante con mi visión, a seguir con este sueño americano.